I'm Steven, and guess what? This is episode 3 of Ask Me Anything, the show where I answer your most ridiculous, inappropriate, personal, and philosophical questions to the best of my abilities. If you want to hear your question answered in the next Q&A session, then make sure you send it to any of the links in the info section below. The first question comes from Ose, and he wanted to know if I could create my own world, what kind of place would it be? Now, if I could play God and create my own planet, it would kind of be like Earth. There'd be plants, animals, but absolutely no humans at all. I find that humankind is constantly destroying the Earth to make room for more human necessities, and I really wonder what the Earth would look like if it had never been touched by human hands. It would probably be amazing. Chris asked me if I've ever farted in front of a girl I was trying to hook up with, and to be honest, I probably have. And if I ever pass gas in front of a lady friend, I start doing this thing where I talk a lot. Now, I don't know why, but I feel like if they're concentrating on what I'm saying, then they won't be concentrating on the smell, but it probably never works. Brittany asked me, if you gained a superpower based on your personality, what would it be? Now, I find I always have 1,000,001 things to do and never enough time to do them, and on top of that, I often make plans with multiple people in the same day. So I guess my superpower would be to clone myself, or be in 2 places at once. Anthony wants to know, what is my best piece of relationship advice? And as corny as it may sound, my best piece of advice is to just be yourself and don't try to change anyone. It should be like the golden rule of relationships. Andrew asked me, how come it's harder for musicians to gain recognition in Canada as opposed to the United States? And I kind of feel like the United States is a very entertainment-heavy country. So maybe record labels and things like that, they're just looking for new pop stars and commercial rock bands instead of working on the artists that they already have in order to make them amazing. This is probably why you'll find fewer big-name Canadian artists, but a ton more American one-hit wonders. Nicole asked me if I found a genie and I had 3 wishes, what would they be? Wish number 1, everything, and I mean everything, would be powered by the sun, wind, or water. For my second wish, I'd make money and currency non-existent, and for my third wish, I'd ask that Alexis on Fire and Dead and Divine get back together and create amazing music for the rest of their lives. Charlene and Shelley want to know, what do I find attractive in a girl? Or, what is my dream girl per se? My perfect woman is someone who knows what she wants and knows what she needs to do to get it. Someone who finds me hilarious, but is also pretty funny herself. And lastly, someone who loves to be pampered, but also loves to tend to her man's needs as well. TJ asked me, why are you so damn sexy? And if my science is correct, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the combined sexiness of my parents. Alex wants to know, what is your favorite genre of music and why? And recently I've started listening to a lot more different types of music, but I'd have to say hardcore is my favorite genre by far. There's just something about the vocals and the edgy guitars and drums that just makes me feel so strong and brave and even hopeful. It's just awesome. Amit wants to know how college has changed me as a person, and honestly I think it's made me a bit more organized, because like I said before, I always have 1,000,001 things to do and never enough time to do them, but lately I found myself being able to organize my time a lot better and get everything done in time. My first ever YouTube question comes from COD is my life baby, awesome name by the way, and he wants to know if I think marijuana should be legal. Now this topic deserves a whole video on its own, but I'm just going to say that I do, and personally I think marijuana is a lot more safer for yourself and for the people around you than alcohol or cigarettes combined. There you go. Mike asked me if he can penetrate my ears, and if you've seen Family Guy then you know that ear sex is a big no-no, so I'm just going to leave it at that. That's all the questions I have time for today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a thumbs up or let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you want to hear your question answered in the next Q&A session, then make sure you send it to my Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or StevensSaysShit@gmail.com. All the links will be below. I'm Steven, and as always, thanks for listening to the shit I have to say. See you next week.